Hey, Les, guess what?
What?
I just got back from Midsummer Scream, and holy crap, it was a blast.
Oh, what all did you get to do? Oh, did you get to talk to all the people and see all the things? Okay, I need to break this down because I couldn't go this year yet again.
Yeah, it was an absolute freaking blast. And I want to dedicate this entire episode to Midsummer Scream. So throughout the episode, we are going to hear bits and pieces from all the people that I met and got to interview there on the show floor or in the queue line or wherever. But the entire episode is all going to be about our experience at Midsummer Scream. So, listeners, I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm at Midsummer Scream because I really like horror movies and I didn't have anything cooler to do.
Hello, my name's Aaron. I'm from Long Beach. I'm here with my family at Midsummer Screamin', and we love horror movies.
Hi, I'm Bella. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I came because we have nothing horror related in Australia.
This is Jacob Schneider. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm here to celebrate Halloween early. This is my first time, and I'm really excited.
Hi, my name is Danny. I'm from Anaheim, California, and I'm here just to have some fun because I really love horror.
I'm Michaela. I'm from Buena Park, and I'm just here to have fun as well.
Hi, my name is Joey. I'm from Moreno Valley, and I'm here to go see the Hall of Shadows.
Hi, my name is Vance. I'm from Long Beach, and I'm just here to have some fun with my friends.
Hello, I'm Anthony. I'm from Long Beach, and I'm here to see Hall of Shadows.
Hi, I'm Daisy. I'm from Linwood, and I'm here because Anthony's here.
Oh, hello. My name is Cedric. I'm also from Linwood. First time here, so just here to check out all the vendors.
Coming to you live from the Chamber of Hunters Studios, this is Hunting You. I am your host, Leslie Reed.
And I'm Keoni Hutton. Welcome, everyone, to the Hunting You podcast. I know we're kind of late. It's what today is, August 13th? I promise we have a good excuse.
We do.
We always have a good excuse.
We do. Because as much as we love our podcast, we have, outside lives and families and things that...
Eyes. No, but this time we actually have a legitimate podcast reason for the podcast being so late. This episode is completely dedicated to Midsummer Scream. We are super excited to share Midsummer Scream with you. So Midsummer Scream is a convention that happens in Long Beach, California. And this year it was, should have thought of that before I started talking.
In July.
And this year it was the 28th through the 30th of July. I got to go because I, stationed here in California. And so it's just a 6-hour drive for me to get to Long Beach. And so I went and just had an absolute freaking blast. But I made 70 different recordings while at Midsummer Scream. And it took time to go through all of those recordings, chop them down into something that would be useful for the podcast, would be entertaining to listen to. And so that's really why this is so late. It just took time to get through all of the raw material that we created at Midsummer Scream.
And thank you for everybody who, took their time and answered Keoni's questions and gave us all of this awesome conversational data that we've just now started to get through.
Absolutely. It's a 3-day conference. I was only able to go there on Friday night, which is I was so incredibly depressed about, but my real job was sending me, I had to travel across the country. And so that was my option. I could only go Friday night. And by the time I got there on Friday, the line waiting to get in was wrapped around the convention center. There were so many people. The line took up half the length of the convention center and then stretched for 2 blocks down the street. And I was like,
that's awesome.
It was phenomenal. I was not expecting that kind of crowd for a Friday night. But I get there and I'm like, well, I've got an hour before the door opens. It would be absolutely silly to stand in this line for an hour. I'm just going to walk up and down the line and talk to people. And so throughout this episode, you are going to hear from the people who are standing in that queue line about where they're from and why they decided to come out to the convention. So let's listen to a few more of those right now.
I'm Noah, and I'm
from West Covina, and I'm here to go through everything, like the mazes, and like see some of my favorite YouTubers.
My name is Jaden. I'm from Walnut, and I'm here because I'm hanging out with my friends.
Sam from Arcadia, California, and because I'm obsessed with the Lost Boys and want to see Jason Patrick.
Hi, I'm Ari. I'm from Lake Forest, and I came because it's spooky things, and I got to drag my best friend over.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm from Irvine, and I was born on Halloween, so I got spooky in me. I got to go where the spooky is.
I'm Anna with my daughter Aaliyah. We come out every year, and we're from Inglewood, and we come out here it's fun to get out here and hang out with my daughter and look at spooky stuff.
I'm Destiny, and I am from Idaho, and I am here to see Kimberly Brown. Been a huge Halloween fan my whole life, and I'm very, very excited.
I'm Drake. I'm from LA, and I'm here to accompany Destiny. So.
Good supportive boyfriend.
I mean, you can hear it in their voices. There's so much energy. There's so much excitement, and they are there for just a ton of different reasons. I think one of the cool things about Midsummer Scream, because it's taking place in Long Beach, which is basically LA for those who don't know California geography, it's the hub of the movie industry, right? And so they have an easy time of getting just a ton of horror actors to come and sign autographs and take pictures and all of that. Really cool opportunity. And I don't recall, who was it that your husband wanted to see last year?
Metallica.
Yeah, one of like the lead guitarist for Metallica or something.
No, it wasn't Hetfield. It wasn't Hetfield.
Somebody from Metallica.
Yes,
was there last year, and so like the celebrities that they're able to get is just absolutely mind-boggling at times.
Kurt Hammett.
There you go.
Kurt Hammett, who is their lead guitar, but Hetfield's kind of their front man. So
fair enough.
Hollywood, very, very easy to get fancy people who work and love, movies and are Halloween actors to come out, which then makes everybody else who love Halloween and Halloween movies and things like that show up.
Thank you.
Well, like Australia.
Well summarized. Yeah. And so there are a few really interesting people that I ran into in the queue line. The first I had to talk to was the person who was at the front of this ginormous queue. And so let's hear what they had to say.
Okay, for starters, what's your name? Where are you from?
Bruno, from Lake Elsinore, California.
What brought you out to Midsummer Scream today?
Spooky
Spooky shit, I love it. What exactly are you looking for in there?
I'm excited to try the mazes. Definitely excited to try the mazes and just, shopping, find t-shirts, somewhere.
Perfect, I love it. You are at the front of a very long line. What time did you get here to get that spot?
Oh, geez, we left the house at like 12. I think we got here probably like 2, want to say.
So 4 hours before door opening.
Just about.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your super awesome spot, and I hope you have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully. See you, man.
4 hours before door opening, they get into the line, and they were just standing there in 95-degree heat the entire afternoon. That is dedication to.
And all they wanted was t-shirts.
And they wanted t-shirts and spooky. I mean, you heard it from his mouth. You wanted spooky.
Oh, and this is one of the many reasons why we adore this industry.
They are truly my kind of people, constantly, right?
Yep.
But after talking to the first person in line, I bumped into just a ton of other just really fascinating people who love to come to the convention every year. And there's a variety of reasons why they like to come every year, but I was absolutely fascinated about what kept bringing them back. And so I grabbed a couple and started talking to them. So why do people keep coming back to Midsummer Scream? I think it's no better way than to hear it from their own voices.
Okay, my name's Lisa. And what do you want to know?
Where are you from?
Huntington Beach.
And what brought you out to the convention?
I come every year.
You come every year?
Yeah.
What keeps you coming back?
Just the whole thing. I just like to come see all the special effects, all the panels, all the merchandise and all the crazy people. You know what I mean? I'm going to be with my people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you think that you don't have your people, here we are. Probably I'm going to find my next relationship here. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Probably get ghosted, but
If you're going to get ghosted, this is the place to get ghosted. All right, thanks so much.
Yeah. So why does she keep coming back? To find her people. we talk about it all the time. Like the haunted attraction industry, it really is about it's a spot for everyone who does not feel like they have a belonging elsewhere. And if you don't feel like you belong, you're probably a bit of a weirdo. Come join us. We're a bunch of weirdos too, and find your nearest convention and go find weirdos like you.
Yeah, and enthusiasts. Any chance we get to get excited or obsessive about things, we do. And we completely understand when everybody else does that with their own particular pieces of the world.
And I absolutely love how she was joking about like finding her next significant other there and potentially getting ghosted. Like it was just freaking perfect.
Yes. No better place to get ghosted than a Halloween convention or a horror convention.
Exactly. So let's hear from a couple other regular attendees.
Oh, I'm Evan. I'm from the San Fernando Valley, and I've been to this every year.
Really? How many years have you come? How long has it been going?
Man, it started in 2015.
What keeps bringing you back?
I mean, I love theme parks. I love Halloween. I love horror.
Do you work in the haunted attraction industry, or are you just a horror fanatic?
I'm just a fanatic.
I love it. That's a great reason to be coming. What year do you think has been the best so far?
Oh man, that's tough. I don't even know. Maybe last year, 2018.
Maybe it'll be 2023. We'll see. We'll know here shortly, won't we?
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much.
The next year.
No, this year. 2023 is this year.
Right, but the best year is always going to be the next year.
The best year is always going to be. That's right. As long as it keeps happening, we're improving every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last guy I ran into actually normally works the convention, but this year he was there just as an attendee, and I found him kind of fascinating. Let's hear it.
Robert Wills, born in New York, raised in California, and I come every year. Usually I'm working it. I'm not working it this year, so I get to actually go around and check everything out. And I mean, working it is just as fun as being a guest, if not more. But yeah, it'll be nice to be able to just around. Well, not like except I'm not getting paid to do it this time. Yeah, you know what? I changed my answer. It is more fun to work it because you're getting paid too.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
And you're not waiting in the line. But I get to be on what's the podcast? This one, Haunting?
Yeah, the Haunting You podcast.
Oh, sweet, cool.
I sympathize with this guy so much. Last year, I was a vendor at Midsummer Scream, and so I got the fancy vendor pass. I got to get in, 5 hours early, set up my booth, and then go wander the floor. And I could talk to people before any of the attendees showed up. This year, I had to stand in the giant line, or rather, I had to walk up and down the giant line because I refused to stand in the line. And then, it at least gave me an opportunity to talk to fascinating people. But then once the line started going in, I just kind of inserted myself into said line, continuing to interview people, and it got me in.
Ask you as to where in the line did you end up?
I ended up about maybe 40% of the way back because I was just kind of walking up and down the line, catching, pulling anyone I could to interview. And there were not as many people willing to be interviewed as I initially expected. I ended up using a lot of peer pressure to convince people to do it. And, I would go up and down the line. Hey, who wants to be on a podcast? Just give me 10 seconds of your time and you can be immortalized forever on the internet. For some reason, people didn't do it for them.
They didn't buy that?
They didn't totally buy it.
Wow.
But it worked out. Like every time someone made eye contact with me, I'd be like, you made eye contact. I saw it. Clearly you want to be on a podcast. And like, once I engaged with people one-on-one, they were usually a little bit more willing, or else I could get one person in the group. And then once they've talked, then the rest of them in their group would be willing to as well. And there were a number of times where I'd be like, I would interview one person and they would say something along the lines of, well, my friend drugged me along. And I'd be like, well, you drug her. So clearly you need to be talking as well. So it ended up working pretty well. But it was a hot day. People were standing in this super long line, 95 degrees, and it was exhausting.
Yeah.
But despite that, I mean, you hear it in their voices, how much energy they have, how excited they are to be there. I want to jump in and hear some more of those before we move on.
Nicole from Marysville, Washington. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about Midsummer Scream for a few years now, and this is finally the year to come.
And I'm Jamie, her husband, and same place, Marysville, Washington. Watched a lot on YouTube.
I am Miles, and I am from Los Angeles, and I'm here to see some really cool
my name's Nathan. I'm from Los Angeles, yeah. We're looking for some like Greek mythology style costume stuff, you know. I'll be playing around with that this year. It's going to be great.
Hi, I'm Amalia. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a professional makeup artist, and I'm here looking for some SFX makeup.
My name is Tommy, and I am from Victorville, California.
And why are you here?
To check it out. I've never been to something like this before. It's some kind of horror invention type of deal. So I'm guessing that's what it is, like Halloween horror invention. So check it out, see what it is, see what it's about.
Cool.
Hopefully have some fun, man.
My name is Charlie.
Charlie, what's your name?
Lily.
All right, I'm from LA. I came here with my daughter to show her what spooky stuff they have, and I'm excited to see what they have this year for Midsummer Scream.
Oh my gosh, Charlie and Lily cracked me up when I was talking to them. Lily's got to be like 11, 12, just about to hit into her teenage years. And she was so embarrassed by her father. It was wonderful.
Yes.
You heard it there. Like, he got the energy. He's super excited, spending time with his daughter. And she was just like, Dad, what are you doing?
It's like, oh, stop talking to people. Don't engage.
Who is this guy in the black shirt that's bothering me?
Oh, it happens to the best of us.
But we found, over the course of, just walking the line and meeting people, I bumped into a couple of people who traveled quite a ways to be there. And I think the record for who travels furthest. Now, granted, I did not talk to everyone at the convention. There are thousands of people attended, but I still feel fairly confident that this person who I randomly stumbled upon holds the record for traveled the furthest to attend the convention.
Hey everyone, this is Keoni here, standing outside the Long Beach Convention Center, waiting to get into Midsummer Scream, and I am here with Bella, who I think holds the record for traveled the furthest to get here today. Bella, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bella. I am 44 and I'm from Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. What has brought you to Long Beach today?
So we're here on a bit of a holiday. When we found out that Midsummer Scream was on, that was basically our priority for the whole weekend. So we're incredibly excited. We've watched YouTube videos from the last couple of years of Midsummer Scream just in preparation for this. It's going to be absolutely wild and we're here for it.
I am super excited to have you here. What started your interest in horror and Halloween, in everything this convention's about?
Yeah, so I started reading Stephen King books when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I was a very sadistic child. I think I watched Child's Play when it originally came out back in the 80s as a very small child, and just from there my love of everything has grown. So I'm into like a lot of like more like B movies and things, 80s horror. Even we've started rewatching all of the original like Universal monsters and stuff again, just for for fun, I suppose.
Why do you think you're attracted to all things spooky? What's the appeal in it for you?
I feel like the appeal is that the world is so serious, and with horror movies, while you kind of get scared from them, the majority of them you kind of walk away from thinking that life isn't incredibly bad because you haven't been slashed to pieces. And I think one thing I've learned also is don't answer the door.
It could always be worse.
It could always be worse. Just don't answer the door. If someone starts knocking, just don't. Just go and hide under the bed or something.
What's your favorite Stephen King book?
Probably Firestarter.
That is solid.
Firestarter was the one that started it all. And the original movie as well. I haven't actually watched the remake of it because I just feel that you can't remake perfection.
I love it. What are you most excited to see inside those doors?
So we're excited to see, there's a lot of vendors here that we've bought stuff from before, so like Monster Posse, Love Paint and Stitches. So we're excited to actually finally come and meet them and see their stuff in person. There's a couple of artists that we're looking forward to seeing. Riot's one of them. One Man Riot's one of them. And also just a lot of the panels. So I work with a lot of drag artists back in Australia. So my thing is really seeing the Boulets this weekend, seeing Victoria Black, Land of Cider, and just kind of being a part of it all and getting to see the panels, the demonstrations, and also the haunted houses. They look amazing.
I was absolutely blown away when I saw the haunted houses they had here last year. So I think you're in for a treat. Tell us a little bit about the haunted house, the Halloween scene in Australia. Like, it boggles my mind that Halloween is happening in the spring. Like, how does that change things for you?
So we don't generally celebrate Halloween, which most people get really shocked about. No, it's only been the last kind of like 5 years that people have started embracing Halloween, and we do a very I'll say interesting version of it because it is summer. Like it is going into summer there, so kids are hot. Like it's a day like today where it's like 30 degrees out and it's
That's in the 90s for all you who use
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
90s, sorry, that's right. Someone tried to sell me a tape measure before that was in inches, and I was like, that's no use to me. We don't use inches. I was like, there's only one thing inches are good for, and I don't need a tape measure for that. But yeah, so basically it's like it's 90 degrees, like shit melts, kids melt, so they sort of do it on a very smaller scale. Usually what happens is people will put a balloon at the front of their house if they're wanting kids to come and trick or treat at them. Most of the neighborhood kind of doesn't really get into it though. We're kind of a bit different because we are massive fans of like horror and Halloween, those kind of things. We do tend to decorate the house a little bit, and we're just a little bit different, I suppose, in case you couldn't tell.
I don't know, you blended pretty good with the crowd here.
Hey, we found our people here, which is fantastic. But generally, hang on, I think the line's moving. But generally, yeah, we don't blend in at all. We blend in with all the people here because we wear a lot of black. There's a kind of a bit of a joke that if you live in Melbourne, which is where we've lived for the last 7 years before moving back to Sydney, that if you don't wear black, you're basically not part of the clan because it's effectively the whole state's uniform. But here, yeah, we're just finding that like there's really cute people. There's like everyone kind of wearing spooky stuff. There's a lot of cobwebs, a lot of black, a lot of cool makeup and outfits and stuff. So we're looking forward to it.
That's absolutely fantastic. It was an absolute pleasure for meeting with you, and thank you for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. So Bella, I hope you listened to this episode. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you. I love chatting with you and learning about like what the Halloween scene in Australia is like. I'm super excited that like you are into it and are spreading that cheer, that Halloween cheer to your neighbors. Keep it up. Freaking love it. Absolutely freaking love it.
You're my new favorite person.
Wasn't she a delight? Like,
oh yes. Always nice to not deal with Americans.
Fair enough. Well, another long traveler I ran into, not quite as far as Sydney, to be fair, not quite as far as Sydney, but still made it quite the effort to get to Midsummer Scream. Let's hear.
I'm Natalie. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but we live in Ventura now, and I just love all things Halloween and horror. I came last year for the first time, and so I was there just for one day. This year we're here all weekend, so I want to see some of my favorite faces and vendors.
Fantastic. What brought you out from Wisconsin?
Him, my boyfriend.
It's a good reason.
Yeah, I work remote, so I can kind of be anywhere.
Is it true there's a ton of cheese in Wisconsin?
So much, and it's better than California cheese.
I'm definitely making a trip.
Yeah, it's worth it. Cheese curds, if you go. Cheese curds. It's fried cheese. You can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong with fried cheese.
We know your feelings on cheese.
Indeed.
Clearly, we have so many people here who are so excited to be going in, and even the ones who've been, let's politely say, kidnapped by friends or family.
It's a good kidnapping. It's a good kidnapping.
It's a good kidnapping. Even they seem pretty excited about going in and doing this whole adventure. As we know, there are more than just Halloweenies and horror fans who go. There are also creators. And when those two groups mix, you get this wonderful adventure of cosplay. And mixing horror and creative people, the cosplay is always going to be outstanding.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say there was a wide variety of cosplayers there. Everything from a dude who bought his mask at the dollar store and created a costume around this dollar store mask, all the way up to a woman who was dressed head to toe in flowers, just flowers freaking everywhere. So every time I saw a really cool costume, I had to stop and ask them about it. So let's hear it.
My name is Dylan Burden. I'm from Long Beach. That's where I grew up from. And what made me come down here was because I kind of seen it. They were advertising it, so I decided to come down, show my costume. It's my second time actually going out with it.
So this is a completely audio since, clearly you can see just a recorder here. So describe your costume a little bit and talk about it.
Well, here's my vest. Here's something that you could put it in. Well, kind of just like a side pouch. Here's my gun holster. And yeah, I have the patches. This is a custom badge that I got from Etsy. I like it pretty much.
You can't see it, but they all say Umbrella Corporation.
Oh yeah, Umbrella Corporation.
From what?
Resident Evil. I got the shield right here too.
Oh, that's solid. Did you make that yourself?
No, I didn't make the shield myself, but I put the sticker on there, so yeah.
Where did you get the shield? Because I may need to pick me up one of those.
evic.com.
I like it. Do you feature any of your cosplays on like social media or anything you want to shout out?
I really don't, but I post on Instagram, so SentiveX, SENTIVEX.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so he was dressed up as I don't know, is cop the right word for like riot police from Resident Evil, from the Resident Evil franchise, and it was something he had put together just from a variety of pieces he had found at thrift shops and online and all that, and not a lot of things that he created himself, but did I think a fantastic job of drawing in pieces from all over to create a cohesive costume.
And that's how a lot of people get started with cosplay, is not the let me sit down and teach myself foam work and make a giant foam with all of these other pieces. Most people start with, well, that looks good, and that looks right, and that looks right. Okay, I think this works.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't have a budget, well, there's always the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff from Orange, City Orange. And I haven't been to this in a while. Last place I went to was CreepyCon, so this one, it's been a while since I've been, since like probably before COVID, I think. So
I absolutely love your mask. Did you 3D print that yourself, or did you buy that?
It's like at the dollar store.
You wear it well.
His mask was super cool. It was very like geometric. It was a bunch of geometric shapes making up this face. So very like angular, and it was just super cool. It looked like something that could be done pretty easily on a 3D printer, but he actually found that at the dollar store and created a whole character based around this one mask. And it was absolutely fascinating.
That's awesome.
On the other end of the spectrum, though, we have people who just go all freaking out. And the best example I can give is this woman I ran into several times. And like, it was obvious I was running into her several times because, as I mentioned before, she was covered head to toe in flowers. So let's hear about her cosplay experience.
My name is Lauren. I live in Redondo Beach, and I am here with my friend for the Midsummer Scream because we both love horror.
Absolutely love it. Your dress is absolutely freaking fantastic. I don't fully have the words to describe it. It is like the most audacious garden I have ever seen. Definitely go check out my Instagram because there will be pictures of it. Did you make this yourself?
I did. I made it myself. Yeah.
Tell me about the process of making this.
I basically just bought a couple of like base fabrics and then put artificial flowers all over it.
What inspired you to turn yourself into a living garden?
Well, Midsummer, obviously.
Midsummer, of course. And how long did this take you?
Oh, it took me like I was working on this for months. Yeah.
Do you do this kind of thing often?
No, this is actually like my first cosplay that I've ever done. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Do you plan to do more?
I don't know. We'll see how this convention goes. If we like it, maybe again. I was like, I don't know why I thought this when I came here in this giant dress, but I was like, I didn't expect people to want to come up and talk to me and take my picture. Mm-hmm. But I'm like dressed like this, so it's like I'm asking for it.
A little bit. You've kind of turned yourself into a target.
Yeah.
Is this a joint cosplay here?
It is.
Tell me about your half.
So I'm just one of the other characters from Midsummer, one of the cult members who kind of gets her into the fray of everything. So it's way easier than this, and I'm not much of a effort putter when it comes to costumes. So I was like, hey, I'll do the easy part if you'll wear that.
Describe it a little for our listeners, since clearly no video.
Oh yeah, so I've just got like a really basic flower crown compared to like her insane flower crown, and then just a white colt dress. I've got a Norwegian necklace going on with some runes on it, and then this little like Swedish looking vest. Yeah, super simple.
And how long did this take you?
A good 5 minutes of Amazon.
Solid. That's the kind of effort I put into costuming. Do you plan to do more cosplay?
I do. I'm a Star Wars lady, and so I'm working on a cosplay for Celebration in 2 years. And I'm not really much of a cosplayer, but I would like to get into it. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so a couple of new cosplayers there, but the amount of effort that they put into these midsummer costumes just freaking blew me away.
What a horror movie to pick from too.
But so appropriate for Midsummer Scream.
Absolutely.
Absolutely loved it. Yeah, and so one more cosplayer I ran into, just completely decked out in fatigues, right out of a military movie. I didn't recognize it, so I had to ask more.
I'm Nico Flores. I'm from San Diego. And wait, what was the last question?
What brought you out to the convention?
Oh, what brought me out is I'm hanging out with my family, and I wanted to show off my cosplay that I made recently. So
since this is all audio and people can't see you, tell us a little about describe the cosplay you're doing.
Oh, the cosplay I'm doing right now, it's a sort of screen accurate version of the Prowler / Rosemary's Killer, the killer's cosplay, of course, or the costume, of course, but. Yeah, just it's all decked out military gear, some from World War II and Vietnam reenactment stuff. But yeah, so I'm a bit nervous right now.
It's okay.
Well, that's just it. If you search up the Prowler 1981, not the Prowler from Spider-Verse, everyone's gonna get that confused. But it's a niche movie. But I wanted to do it because it's an in-budget costume and it's so niche. Everyone should see it,
I love it. I absolutely love it. Tell me a little bit about where do you get the parts for your costume? Because this looks pretty damn authentic.
Most of it is just I go on local apps and try and see if I can get it locally. If not, I go on eBay. Of course, eBay's a bit on the expensive side, and you might not get the deal. But if you need the thing now, you're gonna get it now at Amazon as well. But that and some of the props I just custom make from wood and foam, with my knife and shotgun, which is a toy gun, but I just cut it down and modified it a bit. That's really it, basically.
Sure. Do you feature your cosplays on Instagram or any other social media you want to shout out?
Yes, I feature it on mostly on Instagram. Twitter's mostly for my art, and it's on Killer Bleach. That's Killer_Bleach on Instagram and on Twitter. But yeah, that's it. On Instagram, it is just most cosplays and art, so it's a combination of both.
Yeah. So Nico, absolutely freaking love your effort, and keep it up, man. You're doing cool things, and I hope you continue doing it. All right, let's hear real quick some opinions from some other folks who were out there in the queue line as well.
Eric Lucano from Carson, California. First time Midsummer experience, I guess, and I'm a fan of mazes.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Carson, California, and I'm here for the shopping, specifically Backstage Bruja. I've been wanting to get so much of her stuff, so that's why I'm here.
I'm Hannah. I'm from Lakewood, and I'm a huge Halloween fanatic, and this is a fun place to meet other people with the same interests.
I'm Zoe. I'm from North Hollywood, and I'm just here to look at merch.
I'm Chris. I'm from Reseda. I'm here to get a couple autographs. Yeah!
Okay, well, I'm Nathan Fernandez. And I'm from California, Southern California, Hesperia, and I'm here today because my friends wanted to go to this, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. It'll be great. It'll be fun, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm Francisco Vasquez. I'm also from California. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Está bien.
Look, I don't know that much Spanish.
What's brought you out today?
Same reason as him. They wanted to come, so I came with.
Hello, my name is Claudia, and yeah, I'm just a huge fan of spooky stuff and horror, so we're just here to see a bunch of stuff, a bunch of people, but yeah.
Lori Castro from Whittier, and I'm here because Halloween is life. I love Halloween, have to be here. Haven't missed one yet.
I'm Erica Rosas. I'm from Hemet, California, and we're here for some horror.
Same here for Blackcraft and horror. My name is Josh,
also from Hutton, California.
My name is Ashley Sharp. I'm from Buena Park, California. It's my first year, so I'm a scare actor at Knott's. So I've never been, and I've always wanted to come. Now I can.
Yeah. So again, just all kinds of different people coming out for the convention.
I love how it's very much Terry Pratchett's The Truth. If you walk up to somebody with a microphone or a pen and paper and ask them questions, they'll give you all the information you could possibly want.
And then some, right?
Yeah.
But that was the first time I ran into scare actors. And of course, Southern California has an enormous haunt scene. Last year when I was at, I had a booth at Midsummer and I was trying to interview a bunch of scare actors, I kept running into people from Not Scary Farm. Just a ton of actors from Not Scary Farm were coming out to the convention. But this year, I didn't run into a single Not Scary Farm actor except for that one who was in the queue line. I did, however, run into a couple of others from some of the, I'm going to say, most impressive haunts in the country.
I'm Jacob Balkin.
I'm Haley Miller.
We're both from Ventura County, California, and we're at the convention today because a short film we made got into the Screaming Room Film Festival. So we will be here all 3 days.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
And we both work at Reign of Terror Haunted House in Thousand Oaks.
Reign of Terror.
We're both scare actors.
Can you tell me about your character?
I scare out in the line while people are waiting, and I get to choose my own character every single night. So it's just whatever I feel like being. I'll be all kinds of people. I'll be a creepy nurse. I'll be a creepy evil trick or treater. I'll be a creepy doll, evil doll. Just really anything in that sort of realm.
Queue line acting is my absolute favorite. What's your go-to move?
I love to kind of like sneak up behind people when they don't see me. And then I just kind of start making my creepy little noises, and then by the time they notice me, I let out a little shriek, and it's usually what gets people.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
How tall are you?
I think I'm like 5'1". I'm pretty short. I'm like 5 something.
Yeah, you're like the perfect size to like be sneaking up behind people.
Everybody always thinks I'm a creepy little girl, and I'm like, I'm almost 30. They have no idea. They have no idea.
You work at Reign of Terror too. What do you do?
Yes, I do. So I'm in the section called Inbred, and it's like kind of a dilapidated cabin, and this cannibalistic family is living in it and taking refuge while they find their dinner. And I play one of the inbred children named Shane. He is one of the oldest roles in the haunt, and I come out of a sliding meat locker door, and I normally whisper in people's ears, I wink at them. If I'm feeling kind of energetic, I'll scream at them with just kind of like a kind of death metal kind of scream a little bit.
Can you give me an example? I know. I'm asking you to do this like without any prep.
I don't want your audio peaking.
That was beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it. Anything else you want to say to our listeners?
Check out J-Ball Productions on Instagram. That's it.
Happy Halloween.
Love it.
Yeah. So Reign of Terror is like the largest haunted house in Southern California. They have something like 70 rooms inside this walkthrough. It takes over an hour to go through it. It is absolutely freaking intense. I've never been. I really, really want to go, Les.
I'd say that sounds like a task for this Halloween, but you're going to be afloat on a boat.
Why must I be at sea on Halloween? I'm not happy with you, Coast Guard. At least I got to go talk to all of these awesome actors and hear about their haunting. It could live a bit vicariously through them.
Absolutely.
My name is Derek. I'm coming down here from San Diego. It's my first time checking it out. I love working in haunts, and it's something I got to check out to keep me going until I get to Halloween.
What haunt do you work for?
Haunted Trail in Balboa Park.
Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me a little bit about your character.
Well, I've got a few different characters I use. They'll put me in random spots, but one of my clowns, I like going with a redneck cannibal. His name is Uncle Tickles. I find that, that's nice and disturbing.
I agree. I'm getting the chills here in 90-degree heat.
There's nothing like hearing Tickles get him, and then you hear this chainsaw coming after you.
How long have you been with the haunt?
About 5. This will be my 6th year now.
What do you think is the best scare that you've been able to pull off in that time?
There's a lot of different fun ones, different aspects. Big Ed was funny, but it wasn't that great. He just kind of walked through. It really depends on the situation, because sometimes you get all these bratty little kids that are sitting there like, oh, we know you're real, but you just dummy up for a minute and you get them anyway. But probably a favorite is getting a girl to have a full-on panic attack to the point where like 4 of us had to break character and even get security, and she still was just screaming bloody murder, even with the flashlight in her face saying, no, the exit's right here, the exit's right here. And she just would not stop.
Complete panic attack, just completely lost it.
Beyond lost it.
How many times do you think you've made someone wet themselves?
More times than I can count. And when you get that fart smell that lingers, that wasn't a fart.
Yeah. If people want to learn more about your haunt, where can they go to do so?
It's the Haunted Trail of Balboa Park in San Diego.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that one sounds like it's an absolute freaking blast as well.
It does.
Uncle Tickles, it's like, blah. And then finally, I ran into someone from LA Scare Farm. So let's hear what they had to say.
My name is Marcus Gonzalez. I've been doing Scare Farm since 2018. I remember my first year, I was as a line control, like controlling the lines, making sure how many parties, as long as you have fast pass. My first experience, it was really pretty fun. I got to meet a lot of new like famous artists on sliders. I learned how to build like mazes. I learned how to do like lighting production, audio with mazes. And I'm from Bellflower, and this is my first year doing Midsummer Scream.
So tell me a little bit about your role at Not Scary Farm.
My role is just pretty much is to control lines, making sure like there's no gap, and there's nobody that's not cutting, or if they have like fast like fake fast pass, I make sure like they're not like welcome in unless they have like the fast pass that they're supposed to bring in, like, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah, takes all kinds of different people in all kinds of different roles to run a haunt, and I think this guy who is like managing the queue line, one of the absolute freaking most critical roles in any haunt.
Oh yeah, keeping things moving forward, making sure that everybody's in the right spot. People aren't trying to sneak in to sections that, you know, they're not supposed to be doing. It's crucial just keeping things controlled and running smoothly.
And it's his job to make sure that the groups are spaced far enough apart that the actors inside have enough time to reset, and we don't end up with a giant freaking conga line that I absolutely despise. It is my biggest pet peeve in any haunt I go to.
Well, not even just keeping them far enough apart, but also making sure they don't stay so far apart that you get your actors off their timing.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's something that is just so it's just frequently overlooked when people are planning out their haunts, and that's how you end up with just really awkward situations where your actors have just no time to freaking react. Drives me nuts.
And again, you know, as much as getting, you know, as high of a throughput as you can, high throughput is only valuable if it's good throughput.
Quality of show must not suffer. Otherwise, you're going to get bad reviews, and then your throughput doesn't matter because no one's going to be coming.
Yep.
So keep the quality up. And then I ran into who I believe was the youngest haunter there on the show floor. And so with their parents' permission, of course, I had to do a quick interview. So let's listen in to the next generation.
I'm from Michael, and I'm Crystal. I go to school.
High five. Good job.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was like 3 years old, but I was very impressed by these parents bringing their 3-year-old to the Halloween and horror convention. Like, that is developing the next generation of haunters right there.
Oh, and what a great way to just be like, oh, no, this is normal. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And this little girl saw me, you know, interviewing people in front of her, and she looked so excited. Like, I had to let her have an opportunity to have her say as well.
The microphone, it is just a piece of magic.
It absolutely is. Well, I think, Les, we should take a little break here, hear from our sponsors, and then we can jump back in and hear some more from Midsummer Scream.
Haha, excellent.
My name is Philip. I'm from Downey. This is my girlfriend Cami. She's from San Pedro. And we came because we've been growing up on horror ever since about the 90s. And we're here to get the poop scared out of us.
My name is Jesse, and I came and I'm from Mexico. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm here to see. I wanted to come to get my pop signed by actors in the movie.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm from Bakersfield, California, and I'm coming because my girlfriend wanted to go, and it seems really cool.
Erica, Nate's girlfriend, and just really love Halloween and wanted to check it out. Came 2 years ago, liked it, want to come again.
I'm Brandy from Hemet, California, and we came out because we both love Halloween and horror, so figured come check it out again this year.
Hi, I'm Kimmy. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but moved out here to California. I was here last year and had an amazing time with my bestie right over here, and I have great expectations this year, so yeah, I'm excited.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm from Laguna Beach, and I don't know, I think my daughter asked me to do it, and I'm so psyched about it because I love horror movies, and I've already given this to her as like the next generation, so it'll be fun to celebrate it with her.
Oh, hello. My name is Haley. I'm just excited to come with my mom. She introduced me to like all of the horror that I love, so I'm excited to be in a place where everyone loves the same shit as me.
Well, thank you for all of those wonderful words from our sponsors, and more specifically, thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring us. So we are back with more highlights from Midsummer Scream.
Eventually, of course, I was actually able to get inside the arena. Like I spent about an hour walking up and down the queue line, talking to folks, and I had an absolute blast, met a ton of really fascinating people, but I was there to get into the convention. And I was very excited when finally at 6 o'clock, the doors opened and they gave me just 4 hours, 6 to 10 that night to pack in everything that I freaking could to in just those 4 hours. Because I only had 4 hours, I had to be very focused and very targeted and seek out the people who I wanted to see the most.
All the people.
All the people. Like, how do you expect me to do this? Coast Guard, you're getting in the way again. But we made it work. I got to say up front, I apologize to the people I was not able to get out and see. And I have a special apology to Drew Badger from the Big Scary Show. We sat down. No, I saw him. We sat down and we chatted for probably 20 minutes, just kind of catching up on our lives. He is a fantastic person. He takes a great interest like in me as a person, which I never expected. But we've actually grown to be kind of good friends. And it was great seeing him. I promised it, but he told me that Spencer Terry was there on the show floor. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go interview Spencer Terry. Badger, I'll be back. I want to do a interview with you so we can get each other on each other's shows and we'll do it. And then time ran out and I never made it back to Badger. So I'm so sorry, Badger, that I didn't make it back. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to do something else so we have a chance.
No, that same thing happened to me and Badger at Fear Expo. I was like, okay, yes, we're going to go back. We're going to sit down and talk and plan things out. And the time just ran out.
Yeah. But as usual, Drew Badger has his thumb, the way that man has his thumb on the pulse of the haunted industry continuously amazes me. And he gave me a couple of really phenomenal leads to go find people. The biggest was Spencer Terry, president of the Haunted Attraction Association, general manager at Fear Factory in Salt Lake City. And he was been on the podcast before as well. So I had to go talk to him and interview him. And he was able to give us some insight into what the HAA is working on. So here is the snippet of my interview with Spencer Terry.
Hey everyone, Keoni back again on the show floor of Midsummer Scream 2023, and I just ran into the president of the Haunted Attraction Association and, of course, two-time Haunting You podcast guest. Mr. Spencer Terry is here at Midsummer Scream. Sir, how are you doing?
Great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It has been a long time since we've had an opportunity to catch up, and I am just seeing all kinds of emails coming out of the Haunted Attraction Association talking about everything that you guys are doing. I know you just completed your 3-year strategic plan. Talk a little bit about where the HAA is going.
Yeah, so first off, it's good to see you. It's good to see you not on a computer screen.
No kidding.
Which is awesome. Yeah, so we just finished our 3-year strategic plan. The idea now, actually we just finished the industry-wide survey for that. We gathered tons of feedback, what the industry needs right now. 3 years ago, we obviously pivoted and changed a bunch of things.
COVID just threw everything into disarray.
All of it. And we're now seeing the similar things. So 3 years ago, people were asking for similar content, but a lot of shift is moving into home haunt. So there's a lot of operations and attractions that have the resources they now have that they need. Home haunters are now saying, holy crap, look what the HAA's been doing for the industry. Like, we need those resources. So we're now getting ready to roll out some pretty exciting news that'll unveil once we start putting all of our strategic plan together. That'll hopefully unveil next year, but there's a lot of home haunt specific content that we're very excited about.
Is there any? Can you give me any kind of sneak peeks, or do we really have to wait until the official release?
No. Well, the problem is that we don't even know all of it yet, because like now that we have the data, we're dissecting the data and saying, okay, what do people want? How do we make goals and objectives in that direction? One of the things specifically, though, is how home haunters, in fact, we're actually doing a seminar this week on Sunday about how do home haunts and mega attractions, how do we work more together? Because the reality is that when most of us fall in love with Halloween, we fall in love at a home haunt first.
Yeah.
So we're building some really cool resources from that. Specific resources for homes.
Can I just pause here for a moment? My biggest regret of the weekend was not being able to go to that session.
Seriously, we've been talking about that on our podcast, Chamber of Haunters. I mean, again, just building that connection.
Yes. And I think we're going to have to ask Spencer Terry to come back to the Haunting You podcast to talk more about this.
Once they've announced it.
Let's carry on.
We're going to look at crisis. So similar for attractions now, if there's, heaven forbid, there's a shooting or a car goes through a crowd, we're extending our crisis plan for home haunters as well. So we have a 24/7 resource team that's available for that. So that'll be really cool. Crises are obviously defined very specifically. It's not like, oh, how do I fix an animatronic? It's not a crisis. But if there's like something really big, I guess fixing an animatronic could be a crisis. But in this case, like emergency crisis. But we're really excited about it. It'll be really awesome.
Yeah, that I think can be an absolute game changer. Speaking as a home haunter, that's one of the things that like keeps me up at night. What if some kind of emergency happens and I don't have the resources to deal with it? Being able to tap into the HAA to help with that, I think would be an absolute game changer for us.
Yeah, agreed. In fact, one of the other resources is legal representation. So even though we have a team of 5 different lawyers from all across the country, they all represent different parts of the legal industry. But every year we have attractions that are able to reach out to that legal committee to say like, hey, what do I do? How do I, from a home haunt perspective, how do I navigate my HOA? How do I, what are those hurdles that are happening out there? And how do we give some ideas that, obviously you got to get local representation, but here's at least an idea of where we can go or some things that we can suggest for you to look into more. So that resource is coming. It's a 30-minute consult that's free for all of our members. There's a lot. And we're not only expanding home haunt, but we had a lot of information about charity haunts as well. We're actually going to be looking at how do we merge those resources and create a tier that's specifically dedicated to just that segment. So a lot coming down the pipe.
It sounds like it. If people want to learn more about the Haunted Attraction Association or want to sign up, where do they go to do that?
Website, hauntedattractionassociation.com. Facebook as well is a great place to do it. We are in the process of working on updating some new website collateral and content as well. But there's some great stuff coming. We're really excited about it. So,
Can you talk price point for memberships real quick?
Yeah, totally. So, individuals, in fact, this is also something that we asked our membership about. How do we better serve what they need? So, are you an individual? Are you an enthusiast? Are you a home haunter? Are you a small attraction, a large attraction, a vendor? So you've got $50, which is for individuals. Those are enthusiasts, fans, makeup artists, actors, investors, like anyone that's an individual in the industry. Small home haunts, charity haunts, somewhere between probably $75 to $100. We don't know where yet. That was actually one of the questions specifically on our survey, like how much should we charge for that? Small attractions are $125. That means that you're making less than $100,000. Large attractions are, which also means you're making over $100,000. So that's a $250 level. And then we just kind of lock and load from there. resources. In fact, last year we announced this, but there's now $9,000 worth of actual content, from HR manuals to trainings to documents to templates. Those are all things of how we can just, our job is to make this industry better. This is one of the ways that we can do it.
Absolutely. And to learn more about those benefits, definitely go check out HauntedAttractionAssociation.com. Al, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you real quick about Fear Factory. How'd the season go? What do you have coming up for the upcoming season? Give us a quick tidbit.
Yeah, this is a big year for us. So we are now in our 12th season. During our 10-year operation, we made a decision that we were going to go big or go home. Not like COVID did that for us already, but now we are in a full mode. So we are, I bet we're probably renovating, adding, 15-20% of our entire attraction. So for a 90,000 square foot space, it's a lot of work. We've hired, I think we have 5 or 6 people on our build team now. We've hired 3 new people just this year. We're rolling out this massive storyline that's, I think the storyline is hard because not all customers are going to understand the storyline. In this case, we're integrating it into everything we do. So marketing to our ticketing team to the rules, it's all part of this storyline. So we're building, I think we have 20 new characters. We're building all of our costumes and masks in-house this year. There's specific characters, like you go to Disney, you have Mickey, Minnie, you go to Universal, there's specific characters. It's the same for the factory. So you come to Fear Factory, you're going to see these different characters that are essentially embodying a specific fear, a fear of being buried alive, or a fear of hell, or a fear of drowning, or a fear of the darkness. And each of these characters has its own storyline, its own costume and makeup, its own everything. And so that's part of a really cool story. The factory's coming alive. We've seen this happening year after year, just how the factory is kind of taking on it's kind of like embodying it really is becoming alive. And part of the storyline is there's now this massive 12-foot beating heart that's down in the basement. It's pumping. You see things moving in it. It's incredible. The team has just, when you sit down at a creative idea in a board and you're like, okay, here's the idea, but to see that
come to life.
Yeah, see the costume on someone, or see the animatronic that has never been built in this industry. How do we build some of this stuff? And sometimes we don't even know, and it's what takes us so long to do it. But it's pretty exciting. So yeah, we are so excited to roll out this season. Our team is excited. It's pretty cool.
It sounds like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. When do you open?
We'll be open the second weekend in September. Fridays and Saturdays in September is always. October plus or minus 20 days. It's gonna be an incredible season.
I can find it all on fearfactory.com.
Yeah, fearfactoryslc.com.
Thank you. fearfactoryslc.com. Yeah. Spencer, great catching up with you. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Good to see you.
Yeah. So, anytime I get an opportunity to just pick his brain is
a magical time.
A magical time. No kidding. Holy crap. I am so excited for what they are putting out this year, and the way that they are integrating their characters into the marketing, into just absolutely freaking everything that they're doing. This is exactly the kind of stuff that we've been talking about wanting to do. And now we get to this masterclass in watching Fear Factory do it.
Well, I just what the haunted, just everything that they're doing, getting these support systems available to home haunters,
yes.
That's just fantastic.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, so definitely go check out the Haunted Attraction Association, see what they're doing, see if it's a good fit for you, and if it is, the amount of resources that they can help you bring to bear on your show is unmatched anywhere else in the industry. So highly recommend checking them out and seeing if a membership is right for you. Now, my favorite part of going to all of these conventions, okay, I love seeing people. I love talking to people and drawing on their energy and getting inspired. But my favorite part of all of these conventions, honestly, are the vendors and getting to see the cool products they're putting out and getting to talk with them about what they're putting out. And like I freaking love it. I absolutely freaking love it.
At this point, we're starting to look forward to what they're contemplating for next year.
That is very true. You know, this is one of the last shows, if not the last show of convention season. And so for the most part, their new stuff has been out for several months, and really they're looking ahead to the haunted attraction season and then what they're going to do next year. And so we got to see a bit of insight into some of our favorite vendors and some new vendors as well. Once again, Drew Badger tossed me a bone and introduced me to this absolutely fascinating woman who has started a new business where they will have someone come to your funeral in character to help like carry your spirit to the afterlife. And that could take a variety of different forms, either like the traditional death or various religious icons, Anubis, or you know what I mean? And just absolutely fascinating idea. So I got to sit down and talk with the owner of Fantasy Funerals about what they're offering.
I so want Cthulhu.
Maybe one day.
Hey everyone, Keoni here back on the show floor at Midsummer Scream 2023, and I just ran into an absolutely fascinating entrepreneur. We have here Jolene from Fantasy Funerals. Hello.
Hi.
So, Drew Badger from the Big Scary Show grabbed me and told me I absolutely had to talk to you. Explain to my listeners who you are and what Fantasy Funerals does.
So I'm actually a California attorney, but I love Halloween. I do estate planning, by the way, so I love death.
Good to know.
Yes, so I can take care of all aspects. And so this idea has been going for a while for me. And so what we do with Fantasy Funerals is we bring a transporter to your funeral. So,
when you say a transporter, what exactly do you mean?
So a Grim Reaper does not kill you. He takes you to the other side. And so right now, because we just launched, we just have the Grim Reaper. But coming soon, we have Valkyries coming, Anubis. There's somebody in every culture, and so we do have a handful of cultures in line. But yes, the Grim Reaper's the one for now.
So what I'm hearing is, at my funeral, I can have a random Grim Reaper show up just to like unnerve the crap out of everyone. That's kind of what I'm picturing here.
So we do ask that you warn the family.
Family, no.
Yes, everybody, I know. But yes, we just don't want grandma like throwing eggs at us. So yes, just warn the family. But friends, they can deal with what they got to deal with. But yes, so what we do is some basic tasks. So we might just stand there and we might be there for photos. If you want us to carry ashes from one side of the room to the other, we can do that. Or we also offer ash boxes. So if you want your family and friends to walk away with a piece of your loved one, we don't distribute them ourselves. We're not going to touch your ashes, but we will hold the ash boxes and hand them out. So, or do a greeting line, anything along those lines.
So, if I wanted, say, a woman to dress up all in black, veil, umbrella, and just kind of stand off in the corner like I had a mysterious secret somewhere, is this the kind of thing you would be able to help me with?
Yes, we're also offering mourners as well.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What kind of cost are we looking at for this service?
So, yeah, it's a few $100s. Keep it in mind, especially with the ask.
It's okay, it's coming out of my state.
Yes, exactly, right? And we're all going to die rich, I hope. So, yes. But yeah, right now we're looking at $350 for the actor for 1 hour. And then that's without any ash boxes or anything extra. So, keep it in mind. It goes up from there, but honestly, everything's well worth it. The ash boxes right now are offered in basic shapes, but we do have coffin shapes coming. And when Anubis comes out, he will have pyramids.
Yes, I love it. Canopic jars, anytime?
That's a good one. I haven't seen them out there, so I got to keep my eyes open.
Okay, good to know. If people want to learn more, where can they go?
There is a website. It is fantasyfunerals.net, and we are on social right now, TikTok and Instagram as fantasy.funerals.
Absolutely fantastic. Jolene, pleasure to meet you, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
What do you think of this idea, Les?
I need Cthulhu.
I am absolutely fascinated by it. Like like she said, every culture has some kind of, her word, transporter that that takes people to the afterlife, and like to bring that story is not the word I want. What is the word I want? To bring that like
mythology.
Yeah,
and history. I mean, honestly, it's history.
all of that.
Because they'll have mourners. There was a time, and I'm pretty sure in some cultures it's still the case, that you would hire mourners to come to your funeral.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's as much as it sounds so innovative and new, and it absolutely is for where we are now. It's such a beautiful callback to history and identifying different cultures who all have their different funereal rites and everything else. And what a great way to make those available to people who just feel like that's what they want to do. I love it.
And it's such a unique way to bring your loved ones like into, well, for lack of a better word, the story, the experience of your death. Like it's a cool way to connect with them from beyond,
and to normalize
it. Yeah, seriously.
I can think of this being a really, really helpful process for children to help them process of, well, let's take this, and that they're going elsewhere.
Yeah.
And you have it, instead of just saying, oh yeah, grandma's in a better place, they can see that transition.
See them travel. Exactly.
And that gives it substance and a concrete sense.
Sure.
That's a lot easier for young children to comprehend than this abstract, grandma's going to a better place.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to learn more about Fantasy Funerals, that's fantasyfunerals.net. And Jolene, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for taking a moment to talk to us. As I was wandering about the show floor, I stumbled on another haunted, something like that, celebrity. If you are not familiar with Molly Z, Molly Z is now has become the unofficial influencer for VFX. VFX, my absolute freaking favorite vendor in the haunted attraction industry. They make what I love most, the attack line puppets that like ride up on you. You're puppeteering with one arm, and it creates a character there with you, or you have another character there with you. And for like me, when I'm doing my Q line acting, it's the greatest thing for Q line acting. I have Mortimer Ghost, I have Sally Zombie, and they're absolutely freaking amazing. I love them both. But Jose has become, well, Jose started creating TikTok videos with one of his VFX attack line puppets, Molly Zombie, and he freaking went viral. Like his channel just absolutely freaking exploded, and it has just gone absolutely wild. So I won't get into it because I want to play the interview that I had with them. But if you want to learn about how to effectively use social media to promote yourself, promote your haunt, go freaking check out Molly Zombie, because Jose is a freaking genius at it. So real quick, let's hear from Molly Z.
Hey everyone, Keoni here, back again on the show floor at Midsummer Scream, and I just ran into an absolute celebrity. Molly Z and Jose are here at Midsummer Scream. Say hello. Jose, you have just gone viral with all the things that you're doing with Molly Z. Talk about it a little bit.
I've gone viral on Instagram and all social medias. I try to keep up with it. Molly travels all over the place. Bahamas, different countries in Mexico. Next month, all kinds of haunts, horror cons, haunts, anywhere you name it, really.
The most audacious thing I think I have seen you guys do was go skydiving.
That's right.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So Molly wanted something different other than the horror thing. She wanted to be a little more adventurous, so she went skydiving. Yep, skydiving.
And what did you think of that, Molly? That's exactly how I would feel if I was going skydiving as well. If people want to follow your adventures on Instagram or any other socials, where will they find you?
Molly Zombie on all social media platforms.
Molly Zombie. Jose, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So like, first of all, go to our YouTube, youtube.com/@hauntingyou, just the letter U. So there's a video there of me chatting with Molly Zombie. Like, Jose's ability to incorporate Molly into his conversation is absolutely freaking perfect. It is exactly what I want to see out of a quality puppeteer. He's communicating with her. He's giving her an opportunity to talk. She is doing things while he and I are talking. So like, it's like she has a life of her own. Absolutely great example of how to effectively use these attack line puppets to draw interest. And he was just there. He had a booth right there next to VFX, helping promote VFX, but he was wandering the show floor and interacting with people and taking pictures and telling them. And like, what a great way to promote your haunt, to promote your podcast, to promote whatever. This will draw people in and make them want to learn more about what you're doing.
It's a weenie.
It's a weenie. It's the great freaking weenie.
Oh, sorry, John. I had to.
But definitely go check out Molly Zombie on all of the socials. What Jose is doing is a literal masterclass in social media management. Go see them. But since Leslie brought up weenies, I have to talk about one of my favorite vendors that I met at Midsummer Scream. Walt owns this company called Walter's Works, and what he does is create, his words, Disney inspired merchandise that he then sells without a Disney license. And like, it's super sneaky, and I applaud you, Walt, for finding ways around their licensing. But he creates very cool, like, Haunted Mansion themed products that you can get. They're just really super cool. My favorite thing was a brand new shirt that they had for this year, and I bought one because I freaking love it, which is the Hatbox Ghost. For those who don't know the Hatbox Ghost is an illusion that did not work when they initially built the Haunted Mansion back in the 60s, where they were trying to make it so that the ghost's head would change between being on top of his neck and inside this hat box that he's carrying, and it would shift back and forth. It didn't work when they were initially trying to do it with using just lights, but technology improved, and now the Hatbox Ghost appears in the Haunted Mansion. And for those who have not yet seen the new Haunted Mansion movie, the Hatbox Ghost appears there as well in I'm going to say, fairly significant role. Go see the movie. It's freaking amazing. I absolutely loved it. But all of that aside, so the Hatbox Ghost shirt that Walter's Works has come up with, when you are inside, the head is up on top of his shoulders. But when you go outside and the UV light hits it, then it disappears from on top of his shoulders and appears in the Hatbox. So it reacts to UV light, it reacts to sunlight, and shifts back and forth. It is absolutely amazing. I loved it. But yeah, let's hear from Walt real quick and talk about what he was coming up with.
Hey everyone, Keoni here, back on the floor at Midsummer Scream 2023, and I am running into lots of old friends from last year. Next up is Nick from Walter's Works, creating absolutely phenomenal Disney-inspired merchandise that he is going to talk about here today. So Nick, take it away.
Thank you. So here at Walter's Works, we're always trying to come up with some kind of magic that we can demonstrate. And so what we have behind me is a few pieces of magic that I like to show. One of which is the Tinkerbell illusion, where in the Peter Pan ride, sometimes you can play the application with the Play Disney app and Tinkerbell will magically appear. And then new for this year, we have a Hatbox Ghost t-shirt, and that magically has the head appearing and disappearing. So we love that kind of thing. And as a Disney fan and a person who had worked at Haunted Mansion, I find all the Haunted Mansion stuff great. And we do some replicas, but we just love anything that is fun, family, spooky. And I feel like that's really what Walter's Works is all about. And the community of folks here at Midsummer Scream is great. We love coming to this show. Everybody is terrific. And if we can keep coming every year, we'll keep Will.
Where can people find you?
online?
We are Walters Works, whether you are on Instagram or Etsy or YouTube. And it should be pretty easy to find us, but if you can't, that is Walters Works with an X.
Fantastic. Great to catch up with you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, so absolutely freaking love just everything that he does. Go check them out. Walters, WORX Works, and you can enjoy it too.
That's awesome. It's just great. I love seeing what people are doing with UVs.
Yeah, seriously, like I think there's a lot of untapped potential there, and I freaking love his shirt. It's so amazing. I wear it all the time now. So I got distracted by Disney talking, or excuse me, I got distracted by Leslie talking about the Disney and the weenie, but I wanted to jump over to VFX since we were talking about Molly Z. And VFX was there, or rather, Doug was there. He was on our podcast last year as well. Schlappenwacker, you may remember. and so I had to, of course, stop by and talk with Doug. So here he is.
Hey everyone, Keoni here, back on the show floor at Midsummer Scream 2023, and I just ran into one of my absolute favorite people in the hunt industry.
Just ran into me.
Literally, Doug Schaefer with Art Guy Designs, Audi Tikis, and VFX is here showing his wares. Doug, how the hell are you?
Fantastic. I'm at a Halloween show.
What on earth have you brought with you this year?
All sorts of stuff.
Here, take the mic so I can show people.
All right. So he's going to show people. Well, here's the tiki. Here's the Audi Tiki end of it here. We actually got, this is brand new. This is the Jolly Chimp. That's the first one I got done. It's the only one I brought to the show because the other ones didn't come out of the kiln properly. So, ceramics is a learning process.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't always come out of the kiln properly. Just like I have, full color Halloween 3 tiki mug. This is the only orange one because the other orange one came out broken. So I made 2 of them to test them out. But yeah, this new Halloween 3 pop tiki mug is the orange version, but I have my Reaper tikis. I got the F-bomb because looks like a bomb. You can actually put a straw out of the side, so it has like a wick. And the back says F-bomb, so that's the F-bomb. It's a coconut skull. And then brand new also is the Stuff, based on an 80s horror movie. It's a really awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And that's a limited edition of 50. 5 of those broke, so I only got 45 of them, but they're numbered 50. So yeah, that's a lot of my tiki line. I don't have all of them here. I got brand new ones coming out. I got brand new creepy baby bugs. So I got a new crybaby, and this one has a kickstand on the back because he tilts backwards, so they put a hand on it now. It's a kickstand. I got a little Art the Clown version of one of my older babies. I got a new drowsy baby. The molds were bought from a haunted estate sale.
Did you get any weird stuff while working with them?
I haven't, other than them breaking the 5 stuffed tiki mugs. They were sitting. I know they pushed them off the counter. It wasn't me. I didn't knock it off, and the kiln didn't break them. It was totally those haunted babies from the haunted estate sale. I believe it. So those are my creepy babies, and it was funny because I bought the baby molds just to test my kiln out. Now I make a lot of creepy baby stuff. We got a brand new Franken baby. So those are brand new. I did a brand new Ouija. These have transfers on them with all the Ouija stuff, and the back actually has the whole Ouija board on it. And it says goodbye on the bottom, which you can kind of see on that one. New version of my Devil Baby, but those started getting really popular. So yeah, now I make creepy baby doll stuff. So that's kind of Art Guy doing ceramics. I got enamel pins and T-shirts here too. I have books of art that I didn't bring because I had 3 books of 365 sketches in 3 years. So I decided to try to pare it down, do ceramics at the show, and see how that goes because I have so much stuff I don't know what to bring. If I bring everything, you don't know what to look at in my booth. So this is kind of just the Halloweenish / horror version of my art at this point, as opposed to all the VFX stuff I do during the day, which is all the painting and everything for VFX.
Let's talk about VFX real quick, because that's one of my favorite companies.
Yeah, we can walk over to the VFX table. It has my T-shirts on it. So here's the Art Guy Designs T-shirt. If I'm going to be here working for the company when I'm supposed to be doing my stuff, I'm going to use my table, VFX table. Designed a brand new banner to bring and everything for it. But we have Jose walking around with puppets. He's Molly Z on TikTok. So that's why I made up an actual Molly Z banner for him. But he brought some merchandise. So he's walking around with Molly Zombie. So he's got Molly Z. We got the newer Putrid Pete that we came out with last year, but that's the regular version. There's an X-Rod that has all black, gory ghost stuff on him, so it's the regular version. And I don't know if this is live or what are you guys doing? If it's not going to go
live.
Okay.
It'll go out today, though.
So it goes out today during the show. you can go to vfxcreates.com, use Scream23. It's our Midsummer Scream coupon. You get 10% off pretty much anything. We're still making stuff. We're still going to probably get it by September, I think, at this point.
Okay.
Even though I have 3 shows in the next month for Art Guy. Somehow in between, I have to go to work and make all this stuff you guys are ordering, which is thank you very much, because we're actually doing really well. Been very, very busy. VFX is also sponsoring a new Halloween show. It's in Hannibal, Missouri. It's starting this year called Wicked Fest. It's the first weekend of October in Hannibal, Missouri. It's kind of a touristy, old-timey town. They have a Comic-Con. Well, Big River Comic-Con is now starting Wicked Fest, and we're going to be their main sponsor. We're going to help them try to get more haunt vendor type stuff, Halloween vendors, help them out with some of that. It's a one-day quick show. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Wicked Fest will be a new thing that we help keep going on there. So we do a lot of stuff.
Clearly. I'm telling you, like, my favorite guys in the haunt industry right here. Tell us, if for people who can't make the show, where should they go look for you?
You can go to vfxcreates.com for the VFX stuff. You can find us on all the socials at VFX Creates. You can find Art Guy Designs, artguydesigns.com. You can find artguy79 on Instagram, or ottatikis.com, or ottatikis on Instagram. Ottatikis.com and artguydesigns.com. It's the same website. It just literally goes to the same thing. Socials, Art Guy Designs or Artguy79. Can you tell I was born in 79? I did never change it. Art Guy 79. So, yeah. The VFX Creates like everywhere.
Love it. Doug Schaefer, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that guy's just absolutely freaking wild.
He is.
And I cannot for the life of me figure out when he does like all of his stuff. Like, he's working full time for VFX, doing the painting and the molding for a ton of their props. And then on top of that, he's doing all of his own personal art as well. Like, do you ever sleep, Doug? You okay?
No, there is no sleep.
Clearly.
No sleep, only Halloween.
But go check them out. They are absolutely phenomenal people, and I love everything that they do. So please support them. And then the last one that I want to squeeze in here today is, of course, Spectral Illusions. They have been sponsoring the Haunting You podcast for a couple of years now. And Carrie is just the owner. Carrie is just like one of the absolute nicest people you will ever meet, and just has so much passion for what she does. They have some cool new stuff that is coming out this year that they have been working on for years. And there's 2 big things that she talked about at the convention, and here I'm gonna let you hear it from her.
Hey everyone, Keoni back again on the show floor at Midsummer Scream 2023, and just came across my absolute favorite company here. I say that a lot, but this one really is my favorite company. Spectral Illusions, sponsor of the Haunting You podcast and creator of some of the best effects that we use every day in our haunts. Carrie, how are you doing?
Doing great. So great to see you again, Keoni.
Tell me what you have been working on for this year. I'm so very excited. I cannot wait to share it with everyone.
So the big new thing that we've been working on is finally coming out. Anybody who's seen us at shows has seen ideas of it over the last few years. We are finally coming out with Happy Funland, which is a virtual reality experience. You are exploring an abandoned theme park in a South Florida swamp that was originally built by a man named Mort Grizzly, who was the firearms, alcohol, and tobacco magnate of his day. But he had some lawsuit kind of problems, so he built a theme park cheaply and with very little morals.
As you do.
So you get to ride such rides as Feral Squirrel's Nutty Excursion, where the squirrel does a lot of drugs and goes to strip clubs. So kind of rides in that vein. It will be available in October on Steam and PSVR 2, and coming soon with no specific date just yet for Quest. But it is coming.
The fact that this is going to be a virtual reality experience is just absolutely terrifying me. Just watching it here on the show floor, that was unnerving. Just watching it here on the show floor is absolutely terrifying. I can't imagine experiencing it as VR. I'm very excited to see it when it comes out.
It's a really fun game. I enjoy it myself, so I'm a little biased, but it's been a long process for us, but we're really excited to see how this goes. We partnered with a fantastic publisher, Perp Games, in the UK. They are helping us through all of this crazy process. that is, just this side of it is the hard part. So I'm so happy to have them on our side.
Absolutely, and I think VR is a cool area for the industry is trying to get into, and I'm just really excited to see how this all works out. Beyond that, though, I see you're showcasing all of your usual products, and you were dropping some hints about some new projector features that had my ears a-twiddling. Tell us about it.
So the HP3 is a projector that we actually had last year.
Let's walk over.
It's right over here. So it's got a couple of new features. It's got 2 new videos, but the thing that I'm most excited about is the auto start function. So when you hit the power button on your power strip, it will automatically power up and pick up where it left off.
This is an absolute game changer. I have been trying to fully automate my display for years, and I can't because there's no projector on the market that will just turn on when power is supplied to it. I'm absolutely speechless. I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
We had a customer ask us about it last year, and I'm like, sure, I'll see if our partner can do this. I don't even know if it's possible. This could be way harder than because I don't know anything about electronics. And they said, oh, we'll look into it. That's a great idea. I'm like, okay. And they came back with it. It is coming I have a few here, but they are literally being shipped here from the manufacturer, and we will have them available extremely soon. I'm really excited about them because I agree. I think this is a game changer, because crawling back into weird places with the remote control, and if you have any kind of big red button show control system, there's no option for otherwise going around the entire space with the remote, which is not always that easy. So.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Last year my show had 7 different projectors, and I had to start every single projector individually every single night.
Yeah.
This would let me do it all at the touch of a button. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be replacing all of my projectors.
It's a great little projector too. I mean, while it is only 720 and 300 lumens, it's super bright considering. I mean, we've got so much light spill in this huge area, but it's still it pops really well in the situation.
Absolutely, and the price point is unbelievable. It's $120 for the HP3, and you're telling me, I think it came with 6 effects last year, so now it's coming with 8.
It has 8 effects this year, so you're kind of getting the projector for free.
You are absolutely getting the projector for free because you are getting 8 Spectral Illusions along with the projector. That is just absolutely fantastic. Beyond that, of course, you have your other projectors that you're showcasing here, same ones that you had last year?
We no longer have the 2. Unfortunately, they had a problem with the manufacturer of the case. The owner died.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. But we do still have the HP1 and the HP3. Also waiting on this year's shipment to come in. So everything, once I get back in the office on Monday, I'll have everything available for pre-order for all of you guys that can't be here with us. And you know about our USBs. I think you know about everything else that's here. But yeah, we've got a little bit of everything for everybody.
For those who cannot make it to the show, where can they go to learn more and purchase all of your products?
You can find us online at www.spectralillusions.com. I can't even spell it anymore. SPECTRALILLUSIONS.com. Or on socials, which are just type in Spectral Illusion, you'll find us.
Fantastic. Thank you, Carrie, so much.
Thank you so much, Keoni. It's always great to see you.
So Les, we were talking, just a couple of years ago when we were trying to do Sanguine at your place, and we needed a way to automate. We couldn't. I searched every projector on the market. There was no projector at any price points that would automatically start as soon as power was applied. This is it, and it's $120. That's unbelievable.
That's ridiculous and in a fantastic, awesome way.
Yeah, in the best way, exactly. So I am so super excited. I said it on there that I'm going to replace all my projectors. I'm probably not actually going to replace all my projectors, but over time, I'm going to be replacing all of my projectors and only buying this one so that eventually I will be able to fully automate my show. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a thing to add.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's hear one more set of from the Q line about why other people were so excited about getting out to to Midsummer Scream. You have clearly seen all of the reasons why I was so excited. But let's hear from a few more of the attendees.
My name is Kaisha. I'm from Long Beach, and I came out to the convention because I'm just a lover of Halloween, all things Halloween and spooky.
My name is Miriam. I'm from Riverside, and I'm here for all the fun, spooky stuff.
All right, my name is Samuel Alvarado from Montebello, California. Really just love all things horror, so no-brainer.
My name is Erica. I'm from Pasadena, and I just came for him. Moral support.
I'm Fabian. I'm from Florida, but I live in Silver Lake now. And I came out because I like horror stuff, and I've always seen, every time I was in Florida, I've always seen this convention. I'm like, oh, now that I live here, I wanted to try it out.
My name is Steve from San Diego, and we're kind of into Halloween. Wanted to see what's on display. Never been to one of these things before, so decided to come check it out.
My name is Georgia. I'm from San Diego, and we're here to have a wicked time.
All right, I'm Ari. I'm from Orange, and I love horror.
I'm Patrick. I'm from Orange, and I'm here because I love horror movies and horror stuff. Yeah, I got nothing else to add. So.
My name is Dyra, and I'm from California, Compton, you know. I came here because of my sister, because I'm the only friend. I'm just kidding. I lied. But, yeah, I came here because of her, because she likes a lot of horror stuff, you know, very spooky.
Well, I'm also from Compton, and my name is Isbeth, and I like horror stuff, so, yeah, I had to pull someone with me, you know, for support. Yeah, so I came out here. Hopefully it's fun. This is my first time, actually, so hopefully it's good. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous, too.
My name's Josh. I'm from Downey, and then I came out here because I like horror, and we were here last year and enjoyed it.
My name's Jackie. I'm from LA, and yeah, you know, I'm trying to see some scary, spooky stuff today.
My name is Andy. I'm also from LA, and yeah, I'm just here. It's a nice place.
My name is Kiki, and I live in Moreno Valley, California, and I came here because I'm a huge horror fan.
My name is Debbie, and I'm here to see Kimberly from Halloween Town.
Thank you, everyone who took the time out to engage with that random guy who was just wandering up and down the queue line and yelling at you and making you feel uncomfortable. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate it. It was absolutely a fantastic time getting to talk to people and just see why they were coming out, how far they came from, and it's a blast. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been to a Halloween or horror convention, go. You need to go because it's just so much fun. And I get so energized. Oh, it's the best. It's absolutely the best.
And thank you everyone for indulging Keoni as he talk to as many people as possible. It always makes him feel better when he has more people to talk to.
Facts. But now we must move on from convention season. It is mid-August. There are haunts that are a month away from opening. It's crunch time, people. It's get onto your building. I've talked about like what I'm working on for this season. I'm going to be at sea, so I'm helping the candlelighters build. I'm building for the candlelighters. We're working on upgrading their lighting system. I spent 5 hours today doing soldering. My fingers are covered in like sticky flux residue. But we're getting there. I am deeply concerned because I'm supposed to be underway in a month and I have not even started building the crypt yet. But I have made 200 skulls. I've got candlelighters building skulls. I talked to a couple people on the ship into building skulls. I'm going to have enough skulls. I'm not worried about that anymore. I'm worried about actually doing the building once I have all of the skulls. So keep your fingers crossed for me because I'm trying to do lighting, crypt, and tomb all like in the next month while dealing with get the ship ready to get underway. So it's going to be busy. If you don't hear from us, that's why. We'll do our best. I can't promise anything at this moment, though.
We can promise you amusing updates for wherever this haunt season takes us.
Exactly. But definitely go check out our social media, Facebook at facebook.com/hauntingyou, just the letter U, at Haunting University on Instagram, and at Haunting You on YouTube. I will be posting pictures and videos of all the stuff as we're building. So those are definitely places where you can keep up with what is happening, even if I'm failing to successfully get podcasts published over the next couple of months. Any final thoughts, Les, before we wrap up?
Go forth and build. Your doom awaits.
I love that. That was absolutely perfect. Thank you again for going on this journey through Midsummer Scream with us, and we will leave it today with just a few more people who I talked to on the show floor about what they were about their experience as we sign off. So, from all of us here at Haunting You, get your builds all wrapped up and get ready for the spooky season because it's time. Happy haunting, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
I'm Alex. I came from Temecula, California, and I've never been, and I've seen it every single year, and I thought, why not? The world's going to shit, so why not?
I'm James from Thousand Oaks. We just came here because, I like going to conventions. It's kind of a new thing for me. Trying to get into prop making and all that kind of stuff.
My name is Dylan. I'm coming from Fontana, and I'm here to meet the actors behind Freddy and Chica.
Alex and Jose, we're from here in Long Beach, born and raised in Chicago, woo woo. And we came out today because we're obsessed with horror. His birthday's Halloween, and he's never actually been, so this is his first time.
My name is Hudson. We're from Saugus. Five Nights at Freddy characters.
I'm Kristen. I'm from Paramount, California, and we're here because we love Halloween.
Aldwin Orisam, Rancho Santa Margarita, and I'm here because my favorite actress from Resident Evil is here.
Who's that?
Maggie Robertson.
Josiah, I'm from Orange County. We come every year, and I love Halloween.
Sean, I live in Long Beach. It's convenient here. I'm Garrett. I live in Long Beach from Sacramento, and I have nothing better to do on a Friday.
That's a great reason to go to a horror convention.
Yeah. And this is one of the great reasons we love these conventions is, hey, there's always somebody who's like, I'm bored. There's a thing. I'm going to go to the thing.
I'm going to go to the thing. I also liked the world's going to shit, so why not?
I can't argue with that.
No, right?